And guess what, folks? We've got another fun-packed show for you this week. This week we have coming to you Brendan McKinney. We also have Josso, Elliot Love, and DJ Soulchild. Plus, we've got other features. And don't forget, we're going to bring you somebody brand new. The socialite known as Sandy Bell Fleur will be gracing our screens and giving you her feedback on our social activities. But the show must go on. Time is running and time is short. So, without further ado, don't forget, folks, before I pass on, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So when we come live, you just get automatic notifications. Then we don't have to do all the hard work. But like, share, and subscribe. The Hype on our YouTube channel. Okay? Mm-hmm. Right. The show is about to kick off. Are you ready? I'm going to hand you over to my learned brother, Mr. Chris Ryda, who's going to bring onto the screen, live and direct from Switzerland, our very own DJ Soulchild. Chris,
that's correct.
Over to you.
DJ Soulchild, and I tell you, we've got real royalty in the place tonight. I'm going to give you a little snippet of what we are dealing with.
Right? Uncle Charlie Soulchild, mother butter. Lots and lots describe the dope.
He's here, people. He's here.
Yeah. Never walk with cash, I design to go. Not a glare ain't fair when the diamonds show. I'm too grown to do this all alone. Come and turn this house into a home, girl.
What good is $1 million at a home?
You guys didn't know, did ya? We got Ro in the house.
DJ Soulchild, let's go. What we gonna do, me and you? What we gonna do, me and you? What we gonna do, me and you?
DJ Soulchild.
He's going there.
Oh, yes.
Listen, I got you.
My man, you took it back.
Soulchild, of course.
No, have we got a bow? Do we have to bow to bring in? All right.
Stop
it's
it.
Not even that.
I don't understand.
I don't understand how Chris all of them tuned there. I'm sure we got a Dropbox.
Do you know what's crazy though? You went right back to the beginning.
Come on.
Where I knew nothing about mixing and equalizing. I just put acapellas over instrumentals and it just sounded like it did. And as you gradually went on with the songs you played, did you notice the mixing got much, much better and clearer? Hey, but thank you for that, man. Crazy.
Yeah, I said I had a surprise for you. So there was more, but obviously we got to keep it moving. So
of course.
You know what I mean? So give me a brief summary about yourself.
A brief summary?
Yeah,
where do we start? Well, basically, I'm originally from Jersey, from the Channel Islands.
Yeah.
And I moved over to Switzerland when I was 9 years old, due to my father finding a new job out here and wanting to raise a second kid, which is my brother, who's 10 years younger than me, and that's what brought us to Switzerland. Wow. And since then, it's been my stomping grounds, and I've been trying to sort of change the face of music out here by injecting it with R&B, and because R&B isn't on the radio out here. There is no R&B scene. We have a couple of cool voices out here. Actually, we have a lot of good voices out here, but they're not working together, so there's no scene, there's no like synergy going on. R&B doesn't have a stage, doesn't have a place to thrive in Switzerland. So, you know, step by step I'm trying to change that and fight for more acceptance out here in Switzerland. But otherwise,
so what was that iconic moment that, you know, made you say, I want to do music? Is there something that's kind of like...
Oh, yeah.
Really...
It's one specific moment, yeah. You're probably going to cringe at what I'm going to say, but it was when I first saw New Kids on the Block for the first time on MTV. Yeah, I was like 10, 9 or 10, something like that. And I saw the girls screaming for them and them going on stage and, you know, and having a blast on tour and singing these songs. And they were quite sort of R&B infused, I would guess. You know, so I sort of gravitated towards them, and I thought that's what I want to do one day. So, which ended up being me entering a boy band later on, and trying to fulfill that dream, but that didn't work. But I think we can get into that in detail later. But it was about I was about 10 years old.
I was trying to find the name of that boy band, and it seemed to be pretty obscure. Is there a reason for that?
You haven't done your homework, mate.
I was looking everywhere and I couldn't find it.
He who searches will find. But there is no music on the net, though. There is no music on the net.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the brief overview, and I've been a DJ for 22 years now.
Yeah, I was just about to say that because I know that you're a working DJ as well as all the other things. So you're a pretty busy guy. So how do you find time to do stuff in between?
I don't know, mate. I don't know myself. I don't know how I do it. I've got a day job as well, and I've got 2 stepkids, and I've got a partner, so I've got to make time for everything. But I think it's just about balancing out, and
it's all about that juggling, isn't it?
Yeah, trying to please everyone, I guess. You know, people pleaser, as you are as a DJ.
I don't know. Us DJs, we get such a short stick. We are hard-working fellas.
We are. Very. It's underestimated. It really is. Yeah. Especially when you're a producer on top of that, so you have to carve out time for the artists. They got their deadlines too. They have to meet, and you know, and so it's a hustle, man. But I love it. Yeah.
But I know, going back to, you know, doing a bit of research and this and that, I know that you said a few years ago about the record industry and the actual state of the music back then. How do you feel it is now?
I don't know what post you're referring to. What did I say exactly?
You were saying that. How can I put it? Without being... Basically, you were saying that it was garbage coming out at one point.
Isn't that still the case? I mean,
I'm asking you, how do you feel has it improved? That's what I really want to know. Do you feel it's improved with time?
Well, we're talking about mainstream, or are we talking overall?
I'm talking about... Well, let's talk about our genre. Let's talk about the R&B and stuff like that. What do you reckon?
Do you know what? The good stuff still has to be hunted down. You still have to go and do your homework. You have to sort of read beyond what's out there, what's put in your face via radio and TV. I don't think Jason Derulo, Rihanna and Chris Brown are the epitome of R&B. That's all pop music to me. But a lot of people get it twisted because they feel like what's on the radio is what the gospel is. That's just not the case at all. And all the quality R&B is really underground. It really is. I mean, 100%. You guys know.
As it usually is, as it usually has come from, innit?
Yeah. But I mean, you still like quality R&B, you know, in the end of the 90s when it became mainstream with Brandy and Monica and all that stuff and Drew Hill. And, you know, it was still good stuff. I just feel like R&B has really been, you know, pushed on the back burner by the mainstream industry for whatever reason. My guess is they're just trying to sort of project a destructive agenda, but that's a deep topic we can get into and talk hours about.
Tell it like it is, mate. Yeah. Tell it like it is.
No, that's 100%.
It is.
Because as you know, as DJs, I mean, you spend hours searching for 100, 200 tunes, and you might come back with 10 if you're lucky.
Right. I mean, just look at the mainstream rappers. What they're rapping about these days: drugs, effing your bitch. You know, getting drunk, just turning up and being reckless.
Cars.
And the question is, why
even
is that
violence.
Why is that the epitome of what's coming out when there's so much quality behind it? Why is that at the spearhead of the music that's coming to our ears?
That's the big question.
That's the question.
Yeah, but I feel like it's the powers that be that are trying to sort of make us all sort of self-destruct in a way, you know, and sort of natural selection sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, and just look at all the female rappers out there, what they're conveying, talking about, you know, the punani, and, you know, showing off their bodies and being over-sexualized, and it's just, come on, you cannot tell me there's no agenda. It's no coincidence that all mainstream artists, or most out there, are sort of...
We're doing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, trying to push the same
script,
same pictures out there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is there any artists that you particularly want to work with right now? That you would love to work with, I should say.
I'd love to work
probably
with.
That's going to be a lot of people, but...
Yeah, it is going to be a lot of people. Well, let me see. Well, let's say my favourite female singer of all time is Shantae Moore. I would love to put a groove beneath one of her tracks, for sure. Like, officially, though, not like a bootleg thing. Just really work with her on a real track. And who else would I like to work with? I don't know, man. You know what? I'm really open. Like, there's no, like... Do you know what? I've never given this a thought, to be honest, Chris. This is something I just sort of let happen to me. What is meant for me comes to me, sort of thing. And if I like the song, if I like the artist's voice, hey, I'm down. You know what I mean? But I have to like the song. I have to like the song. Like, it's like, if the song is already whack and the vocal isn't up to par, then there's nothing I can do to make it better as a remixer. Like, that's polishing a turd at the end of the day. You can't polish a turd. So the song has to be great, and the voice has to be great. It has to capture me. I have to see a potential in it. Because I've actually sort of got a lot of requests to do remixes for artists, like, you know, underground artists more than mainstream artists. But and a lot of the times I've had to sort of reject it because I didn't like the song. I said, listen, I don't think there's anything I could do to this song. Like, if you come back with something new another time, we can talk again. But for right now, I don't think I can do anything with this song. I'm straight up and honest about it. Only if I I feel like I can improve the song or take it to another level, a different direction.
Justice, basically.
Do it justice, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's when I, you know, engage. So,
yeah, because I mean, I'm looking at your bio, and I mean, it's saying here that you've worked alongside Chris Brown. Hold on, the list is endless. You got Chris Brown, Neo, Bobby V, Ryan Leslie.
That's as a DJ, though. Yeah,
yeah, I know, but even so, as a DJ, it's a lot of names there. So, you know, and you're obviously doing your events, and you're putting on events as well, aren't you?
Yeah, but I don't really sort of invite all these artists or stars out to my events. They're more like a small. It's more like a small event, because my event's called R&B Deluxe, and I've been doing this for like 8 years now in Basel, and it's the only R&B party in northwest Switzerland. So,
yo, guys, we got to go to Basel.
I'm saying, yeah, but you know what? You might be a little bit disappointed, because you guys are very knowledgeable, and you're going to expect a certain, you know, variety of soul and R&B music. Like, out here in Switzerland, they only know the commercial stuff.
No, but and what it is, it's the ambience of being somewhere different. That's what would make it.
True.
It's not even about the music that's being played. It's just being somewhere different.
Right. I just wanted to sort of give you a pre-warning. Like, cool. There's going to be Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. There's going to be Get It On Tonight. There's going to be Next. You know, there's going to be all that stuff. So don't fault me for it when you come over. But you're more than welcome to.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. I'm sure we'd love it. So, what have you got in store? What's coming up for you right now? Are you working on anything, or?
Yeah, tons. Wow. Well, I sent you guys my first single, which dropped in February. Which you're going to play later, and I'm working on my second single, and that's called Summer Love, and I wanted to release it in August, but I'm not there yet. I just started a new job. It's been really hectic and taxing, and, you know, a lot of private stuff going on as well, so I haven't got around to finishing it the way I wanted to, but it's going to feature Ryda.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Okay. And I actually...
One of T Smooth's favourites.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, she's super dope. Yeah, and she's such a nice person as well. She's super dope. And and the thing is, I actually previewed a snippet of the instrumental on IG, like, I don't know, it was a couple of months ago, in June, I think. And people were going crazy over it. I said, who do you think really fits this instrumental right here? And I already had Ryda in mind, but I wanted to hear other suggestions, right? And funnily enough, Ryda comments below the video, puts a hand up like me, you know. I was like, say no more. So Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to co-write that with her.
Okay.
Not just do the remix. I'm actually going to co-write the song because I've got the melody and the idea in my head already, and you know where it needs to go lyrically as well. So that's coming, and it's a very sort of post New Jack Swing song. It's like '93 around that time. You know, very authentic to that time. Basically, around the time that Rajanet came out. So exactly. So so that's coming. I'm actually going to drop a whole. I don't know if I'm going to do it into like sections. Like I'm going to like drop 5 tracks in an EP, and then the next EP with another 5 tracks. Or I'm going to sort of, I don't know, do a 10-track remix album compilation, whatever you want to call it. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I've got so many remixes in the archives that just need to be let go. I've been holding on to for whatever reason, for time reasons, or I just got diverted with other work. And I've got the Anthony Hamilton remix, which is dropping
I'll
coming
drop
week.
that in a minute. Yeah, I'll drop that for you.
Yeah, you got the exclusive, Chris. You got the exclusive.
The exclusive.
Yes, sir. First play.
Exclusive on the hype.
Yes, sir.
You know what?
And
without further ado, let's drop some of it.
okay, let's do that.
Yeah,
Let's do
some
that.
of it. Okay.
Give me a proper intro.
DJ Soulchild.
It's simple. I love it. Having you near me, having you here. High conversations, outrageous. You smile, and I smile when I say, oh, this is getting personal.
Sounding all right, innit? So there you have it, an absolute exclusive from DJ Soulchild. Telling you that's going to do big things. I can feel it. I can feel it, most definitely.
When can I have that on my playlist, please?
That's not yet mastered yet. That's not mastered yet. So I'm going to master it in the next few days, and I'm going to send it over to you guys for sure. And yeah, man, I've got to set the release date. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be Wednesday. It might be Wednesday. But I've done the artwork. Everything is sort of ready. You just need to master it, basically, and that's it. Yeah.
When they say Wednesday, next week Wednesday.
This coming week.
Yes, just in time for my show.
Yeah, exactly.
My show's on Thursday.
So is mine, so I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, man. I think it's going to do well too, because like based on the whole feedback I got, you know, when I posted the snippet in the studio, people are going nuts for it. I don't think I've ever had a response to any remix like that before. That's crazy.
Well, it's one of Anthony Hamilton's tunes that people groove to already now with everything that goes on now.
Yeah. Yeah. So apart from that, I'm working with a singer called Beckwith from London. You've probably heard of him before. He's a white R&B singer, and he's had like 2. Was it? He was at the top of the iTunes charts twice, but on 2nd place, and he always lost to the artist The Weeknd. So what he's done now is he's written a song about can't beat The Weeknd. So it's like a double meaning. Like, so you can't beat The Weeknd because it's the best day. Well, it's the best time of the week. But the way he's written it, you can actually tell it's a sort of jab to The Weeknd, like we got to beat him, you know. So it's really cleverly done, and I've done a remix for that single. That's going to drop on the 29th of September on all platforms, and it's a very sort of up-tempo, groovy joint which incorporates the Tana Gardner sample, Heartbeat. Okay. And so it's going to be a nice little danceful rocker again. And who am I working? I'm working with Nelson, who used to be signed to Bad Boy, Puffy's label. Done a remix for him that was supposed to release last year, but things got in the way. Man, I've got so many things going on. I was actually going to do a remix of Kim Tavar's song that I produced for her album.
Okay, yeah.
I still got to see if I've got to find time to do that one, because I'm working with Sophia Bromberg, who is a finalist of The Voice USA.
Right.
She was in the last season of The Voice. So
proper busy.
Yeah, I've done an official remix first. Yeah, I've got to tie all this up and, you know, get it out there. So, yeah.
So, with all your travelling and stuff like that, as a DJ and stuff, have you got a favourite place that you like to perform? Or what's been the most memorable performance? Let's say that then.
Ooh.
Make it easy. I'm sure you've got a few of them.
Yeah. Back in 2010. Yeah, I'm trying to think. 2010, I was in Dubai. I was DJing down there. That was crazy. So much appreciation for the peeps down there. They really knew their stuff. It was really, really cool.
It's a cool place. I was down there last year. It's a cool place. Yeah,
they're very open-minded down there. Yeah. And I was in Denmark for 10 years. Like I had like a residency there. I was going there for about 4 times a year.
Oh wow!
I was booked there, and the parties there were nuts, bananas. It's called Soul Train, and you could play everything from like 90s R&B to the 2000s to like back to the 70s, 80s disco funk era, and they knew their shit. Like they really knew their stuff. It, like for DJ like me coming from Switzerland where they don't know their stuff, it was like heaven for me. So yeah. Killing it up there. Denmark was super dope, man. Otherwise, yeah, Sardinia, man. I was at the Sound Suite Festival this year, and also last year. And last year was the first time it was being held, and that was unforgettable. Like the vibe was just nuts, and all the right people in the right place. You know that feeling? We got all the right people in the right place, and they're all there to have a good time, and they all know their stuff. So. There's no better feeling for a DJ than having a crowd that really sort of engages, you know, and really knows their stuff. Yeah, exactly.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get a little feel of DJ Soulchild. I'm going to give you some quick-fire questions.
Go on then.
See how you feel about this. Spider-Man or Hulk?
Hulk.
Ketchup or mayo?
Mayo.
Dogs or cats?
Cats.
Lose your phone or lose your wallet?
Oh shit! Losing my phone for sure. Phone. Yeah, I got so much, valuable stuff on there. So yeah.
Right. Fizzy or still?
Still, all day.
Text or call?
Text.
Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Apples or oranges?
Oranges.
Coke or Sprite?
Oh, I hate both. But if I had to go with one, it would have to be Pepsi. So,
right, last one: shirt tucked in or hang loose?
Hang loose. Yeah.
Well, that's me.
Hanging loose is a vibe, man. It's just like it's just chill. It's just chill.
Yeah. It's a chill vibe.
It's a geek vibe.
All right, I'm going to ask you a DJ question. As a DJ, what's your favourite equipment to play with?
Favourite equipment? You mean CDJs or turntables? That sort of thing?
Whatever.
Turntables. Yeah, I mean, that's what I grew up, DJing on. That just feels right to me. Like the whole distance between, the vinyl and the mixer, and it just feels right. When I'm on a CDJ set, it's just like, I can do it, it's not a problem, but it doesn't feel the same, especially when you're scratching. Nah.
But it's just about lugging all your records around. That's what the problem is. Mind you, having said that, with the new stuff, you can stick a thumb drive in and play it like a turntable anyway. So
yeah.
So
I mean, I use Serato anyway, so it's just my laptop I need to stick in. That's it. I'm good. Yeah.
That's all right. So it's all about Serato,
for sure.
All right?
Yep.
Okay. I know time is kind of running because we've got a few more artists. Oh, it looks like we've got a few people in already. But is there anything you guys want to ask DJ Soulchild while we're here?
Yeah, one quick question. DJ Soulchild, when you're getting your works, is it works that you approach artists for, or do the artists actually approach you for your skills?
Mostly it's the artists approaching me, but there have been times where I've approached the artists. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys remember the Kanita remix I did, No Love it's called, featuring Noel Gordine. I did that during lockdown. It's a nice little mid-tempo stepper. So I loved the original song so much, I just decided to go ahead and do a remix with my own little DIY a cappella that I did. And I figured, you know what, this is really nice. This is like gone beyond my expectations when I had pictured it in my mind. And I said, I think I need Kanita to hear this. So I sent it to her. And she was like, yeah, we got to make this an official remix. I was like, okay, cool. So she sent me the official a cappella, and I finished up the remix, and we dropped it, and it just went crazy. Like all the stations were playing it, you know, all the independent stations, and I think it even entered the UK Soul Chart in the top 5 or something like that. Even though it was just a remix, it entered a couple of charts actually. It just went really crazy, and I asked her if she wanted to put it on like all the all the digital distribution sites, and she said she tried, but because of the sample that I used a Teddy P sample, Teddy Pendergrass sample, and they tracked it so they wouldn't accept it, which is a shame. So that's why that's not on Spotify and all that. I get asked that all the time. When's that going to be on all the digital distribution services? Same with the D Folks remix I did, the No One remix. D Folks was a bit hesitant about releasing it on there because of the sample as well. So but the thing is, the sample is what sort of gives a remix like a like people recognize that and they gravitate towards it way quicker than it with something that they don't know. So that's why I do it, not because I can't produce my own music from ground up. I do that, and it's just like with remixes, it just works best. That's just always been like
people are always comfortable with what they know.
Exactly. It just pulls them in, doesn't it? It's either that or you got to find a vocals that's very popular. If you're going to go for an obscure tune, then you have to find a vocal that's very popular that they can pull them in that way. So is that your favourite way to remix? Get acapellas? But that's the easiest way. Well, I usually start off with a DIY a cappella just so I can toy around with that first, and sort of start building a production around it, and and if the artist sends me the proper studio a cappella, and that's mint, isn't it? That's the best thing that can happen.
Are you two going to start geeking off on us right now? You two producers.
Are we getting too technical here?
No.
Well, let me ask the one question that it was asked already, and you try to skirt around it. I don't miss a trick, me. Boy band.
Yes.
What was the boy band that you was in?
Well, you want the name now, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you know what? I haven't made this a secret, actually. I've actually made this public a couple of times, but it's called For Tonight. So it's a 4, but we also use like the Roman 4, like the IV, and then tonight. But we spelled tonight TONITE. That's how we spelled it. As you said,
you didn't actually release anything as.
Well, we had like a promo single that we released, and we actually sold them at our shows. Excuse me, and they went flying. It was a really cool song. It was like, I don't know, you probably remember like B2K from back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember their song Aha? So
yes, I do. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah,
you remember it, right? So we were really into that song back then, and we said to the producer we worked with, listen, we need something that sounds like this. And so I wrote a song called What's Up, and it's very similar, like in like the whole the production and in the whole melody, but it's not the same though. I think it's like an octave higher or something like that. So we didn't like carbon copy it. It was just like it was like influenced by that song, and it did really well, and we toured around Germany, and I actually put that tour together myself when I was doing my apprenticeship. I had a commercial apprenticeship going on, and after work I would stay in the office, and my boss would be like, don't stay too long, make sure you go home soon. I was like, yeah, sure. And that was around 5ish, right? And I would stay till about 8, 9 in the evening, sort of calling up all these clubs and putting on a fake manager voice on. Because we didn't have a manager at the time. So I was putting on a fake manager voice and getting these gigs, and we set up like a 6-7 date tour in Germany. And all the the top clubs. So so
you're busy.
Oh yeah, I was a hustler, man. I wanted that. I wanted that thing to work. Like hell.
What you can do, if you can give us all your socials and tell us where, do you know what I mean, people can find you.
Yeah, sure.
All your socials, if you can tell us that.
Well, first of all, if you want to go and check out my remixes and go listen to them, and if you like, you can actually go and purchase them themselves. You can find that on the real DJSoulchild.com. That's my official website. I'll repeat that. The real DJSoulchild.com, sorry. And then On Instagram, you can find me at DJ Soulchild. I'm not on Twitter much, so I won't really mention that. Twitter's gone to shit now. It's turned to X, hasn't it? Yeah. I might be closing that soon, so whatever. Otherwise, I'm on Facebook. You can actually at me. That's my fan page, The Real DJ Soulchild. Or you can actually search me on my personal page, Denise Sutton. That's my real name. Right. DENNYSUTTON. And I'm on TikTok as well, but that's a kiddie playground, man. I haven't really made friends with that yet. You know, I post something every now and again just for the hell of it, but it's just like, nah, I'm not really on there. Like,
I struggle to post things on anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a sign of aging, isn't it? Yeah.
But listen, DJ Soulchild, it's absolute pleasure having you on.
Likewise.
I call you royalty. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you. I don't take that lightly, man, because we got an icon at the top. The other side here. We got an icon over here.
You worked for, with, whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's a pleasure having you on board. In fact, we're lucky to have you on board.
Oh, thank you, man.
So
that really means a lot.
Being here. Okay.
Thank you for the appreciation and the love and respect, man. I give that all.
Thank you.
Give it all back. Give it all back.
Much love.
Okay, so take care.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll talk soon. No doubt. Cheers. Thank you. A cool brother, man.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
very busy.
Very busy.
And that's what shows the other DJs out in the world. Yeah, it's not just I'm gonna play two tune, go about the place. You got to put the work in here. Yeah, everything. I think everything he said that he's done, we've done
all
it.
About the hustle.
Done it.
That's right.
Hustle on.
That is right.
And that was a wonderful DJ, talented DJ Soulchild. Look out for his remixes coming to you soon. I can't wait for that Anthony Hamilton one, trust me. But time is running, and we've got to bring in our next artist.